Watch us on YouTube. Listen on your favourite podcast platform or ask your smart speaker to play the podcast Leicester Till I Die.
Subscribe, like, follow, and join in now.
Start with Chris, add a dash of sport, squeeze in some music, then shake, don't stir. And you've got the ultimate blend, LTID, with your host, Chris.
Good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon, good day, goodbye, hello. How are we all? Welcome along. Let me just line myself up. There we go. Not get myself a line. Let me line myself up. How the devil are you all? Welcome along. Aha. Remember that advert? Tense, nervous, headache? You shouldn't support Leicester then. Welcome along. Oh yes, I'm shitting myself again today. I've got the same outfit that I wore the weekend. I've honest with you, clean underpants, but I have got the same shirt and cap on. Fingers crossed for that being lucky. Welcome along. It is LTID TV from Leicester Till I Die. We're live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. If you're listening via a podcast, thank you so much for lending us your ears. We are, we're not live on this show, but we are available on all major podcast platforms. And if you've got your smart speaker, you rich buggers, but if you have, just ask it to play the podcast Leicester Till I Die. I don't know why you've got to say podcast, but you have. And if you want to follow us on any of our socials, we're everywhere. Basically, there we are. Instagram, we load everything up to Instagram as well, so we're trying to build Instagram. TikTok, we're on there, just a little bit of fun. We put silly things on there, like Brad dancing and Brad being drunk and claiming North Macedonia are going to win everything that year. So yeah, if you want to see Brad making a fool of himself, that's the place to go. Or the prediction show, either way, to be honest with you, it doesn't really matter. Oh, I'm going to be in trouble. I can sense it. I tell you what, I think we best bring him in and we'll talk about the team news. Here we go, Brad. I'm going to hide.
I can't wait for Leicester to smash Leeds 5-0 tonight, and I'll go back first and put you back in your place.
If Leicester smash Leeds 5-0, I will deliver the 3 points to you personally.
I did that for you last week, mate. You only returned the paper.
Shane is in. Good evening, Shane. How are you? The man who has completely the opposite ends of musical taste to me. Because those of you that do follow the Eurovision, I obviously am been rating. I've just finished all the songs in the first semi-final. Everything I give an 8 and 9 to, he gives a 1 and 2. And everything I give a 1, 2 and 3 to, he gives an 8, 9 and 10. Gotta love you, Shane. Welcome along. How are you? And Nate is in. So many of the games this season I've dreaded watching, but the last few weeks I'm actually excited to watch. I don't know, I'm excited, but I'm dreaded in equal measures. Brad, are you?
Yeah, kind of. I think you've summed it up perfectly there. If you wouldn't mind, Chris, I want to start this off with a little bit of... It'll stun you that I'm going to say these words, Chris. I want to stun you with a very strange, unique stat / pattern. I know. You heard me right. If you would mind, there's something I shared on Facebook earlier. I don't know if you've already seen it. I shared a memory. If I'm right in thinking, right, Leicester are currently on 28 points, and a win tonight would put them. And a win tonight would put Leicester on 31 points. I'm correct, right?
Yes.
Right. So I at least got a D in maths. Brilliant. Also, I shared a memory that was 8 years old. I'm sure if you think where I'm going with this, you'll know what season I'm talking about. And it shared it saying what a difference 4 games can make. And Leicester had played 33 games and won 31 points. A win tonight would put Leicester in the exact same position, in the exact same predicament they were 8 years ago to the day.
That is scary.
Yeah, I shared that. Yeah. So if we beat Leeds,
you're on about your Iheanacho quote.
Oh no, that was on Twitter. That was on my Facebook, mate. Yeah, if 8 years ago to the day I took a picture of the league table, we'd played 33 games and we had 31 points.
Wow.
Today we would match that and be set. And if we stayed 17th, that's exactly how we'd be.
And it
We
was
finished
today,
14th that
wasn't it?
season.
Was it today?
Yeah.
8 years ago. Wow.
8 years ago to the day, we played 33 games that season. We were on 31 points. So if we win today, that's where we'll be. Interesting fact to start the show for you, mate. I thought that would.
And obviously, we are very much
superstitious.
But yes, exactly. But that look above, that is me. I drew myself earlier, and that is what I look like. Shane has gone 1-0 to Wolves. Now I don't know what he
Palace versus Wolves, maybe.
Wolves
Is he on
are
about that
1-0
game?
up against Palace. Yes, Shane, bloody hell! Wow. I thought I was about to say, well, we're not playing Wolves. That was the weekend,
and he still got it right. He still got it wrong. He knows the result. That's what you were thinking.
Yeah, I know. Steve is in. Good evening, Steve. I think we have our best team out tonight. I'm looking forward to see how we do. Get your predictions in, guys. I've gone 3-0. The guy next to me has gone 5-0, both to Leicester. Alan McCoyster said we'll be in the bottom three, and then I turned BT off because they started talking to Michael Owen.
Yeah.
But look, talk us through this.
Not to cut you down in your prime, mate, but currently that does put me back level with you because I the only one that went for a Wolves win. So up the Wolves. But I just thought you went to all, I think.
I went for a Desmond.
Yeah.
Come on, Palace. Get in there. Right. Talk me through this team. The guys are back. Barnes and Maddison.
I'm not disappointed. I know I did say, do you change a winning side? And I know people who saw the show and maybe saw the post will know the team that I predicted. I won't say anything, but it'd be interesting to see the comparisons there, what people thought of that compared to lineup. But I'm not surprised, and I'm more confident in seeing the three because my favourite players up front are not Vardy. No offence to Vardy, but he needs to be in a two. We saw that at the weekend. So if we're going to go back to one striker and it's Iheanacho, I'm feeling very optimistic.
Disappointed we're back to one striker?
A little bit. I think the problem is it's where our biggest strengths are. It's hard to find a position to fit Harvey Barnes in without completely changing his dynamic over 6 games. And I don't think that's something that Dean Smith's going to experiment with because he's not that foolish. He's going to keep to what he knows they're good at and what he's seen. And to fit him in, unfortunately, unless you're going to change the shape to like a 4-4-2, you're not going to get Barnes in with 2 strikers playing up front. So it was 2 sides of a coin that you could have had, and either I'd have been happy with. But Nacho made the team, so it's 3 points for me.
Yeah, he's gone. I know Tete's in, and I'm just hoping that there will be 1 week. He does prove he is a Brazilian.
Yeah.
Maddison, I mean, I don't know if you saw him, he was being interviewed on BT Sport. The guy is just a star. I mean, I've got his signed shirt there behind me, Fred. The guy is, he will be a pundit when it all retires. He was taking the piss out of James Beckford, and I mean, it was great. He's such a lovely guy. He had to start. He said it was a 24-hour flu thing. It was a bit weird because he did say it was going around the players' wives. I thought it must have come from John Terry then.
Allegedly, Chris. I get to use that to you there.
Thank you. You are my lawyer. Thank you so much. You went for KDH to start, I believe.
Yes.
Barnes is starting. He's had to. He likes a goal against Leeds.
Yeah, he does. I mean, you kind of have to use that to your strengths. And it shows the player you've got confidence to go and do it again. You kind of go, this is your team, mate. Have them on toast for us. And you send him out with that confidence. And another name I'm happy to see, absolute beast mode, Boubakari, I'm going to call him, because Samari deserves that spot after his second half performance against Wolves. He was phenomenal. Another performance like that, I'll take that tonight.
Soyuncu. Are you watching Brendan Rodgers?
He is crying in a hotel or somewhere, raging that he's doing so well, and I'm loving it.
Yes.
You could play the smug video for how I think we all feel every time we see Cags in the lineup now.
Shall I do that?
Yeah. Brendan Rodgers, this is a message from LTID TV to you, from Brad. I don't
know, it's so difficult not to look smug at this point.
I have to be careful because I got a naughty clip
Oh,
off YouTube for showing the match highlights. They didn't bother about the others because
oh,
the others were just Leicester, but that was match highlights.
well,
But I
that's a
mean,
shame, but at least you know.
oh no, it didn't cause many problems. It wasn't a strike. They just say, "Oh, we're not. It's taken down. Nobody can see it. It's not going anywhere. Would you like to clip it
Hey,
out? Yes, please." And you just clip that bit out, and it goes back up again. But look, what a back four!
that's
That has got to be our back four moving forward, isn't it?
yeah. Again, you know, when we got poised the question about Ward and Iverson, I kind of say the same about pretty much the majority of the squad. As much as I'd like to see two up front, and I think I'm not alone on that one, I think you're looking at, if fit and available, that's what Dean Smith's going to go for going forward. I've just got this feeling that's the way he does it. He doesn't want to upset too much. That's something he'll do if he gets given the role on a more permanent basis. But right now, he's looked at his team. He's gone, I know my subs. I know my players I trust. Let's go out there and do it. That's what I back to do it. And
Yes.
if they're on form, he's rewarding form and effort. And if long may that continue.
Yeah. Keep getting your predictions in on the chat. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and smash the likes and get your arses over to Top 10 Battles, which does what it says on the tin basically for Brad, and that will be back soon. So make sure you sub to it, then you don't miss one. Interesting thing that I read in the Mercury, I know I'm contradicting myself there, but interesting thing I read was allegedly Dean Smith has not spoken to any players about when their contracts expire.
Yeah, because it's not his job. He's an interim. He's not going to be here next season as far as he's concerned, unless he's told otherwise. He's here to do a survival job. The players are the club's problem, with the greatest respect to his role.
Yeah.
Again, I'm sorry, and you know, I won't say anything because you know you do use their word. I don't want to say anything too out of hand, and they get a mind with me. I'll bite my tongue, but you know my opinions on Leicester Live and journalism today from that site. Of course, he's not interested in their contracts. It's not his responsibility.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Are you sure? You know, because I will.
I'm not actually. No, it is.
No, if I'm telling you I need to bite my tongue, it means I haven't figured a way to word it politically correct.
No, I mean it is. It is the home of making one line into a full story. But
Yeah.
the other interesting thing, BBC today, I was looking at, and if you haven't checked it out yet, that gives me a chance to play another jingle. You know me, I like to get my jingles
Sucker
out.
for a jingle.
Yes.
Catch up with the BBC's Tuesday Talking Point. Every Tuesday from Leicester to LTID TV. Only on the BBC's Leicester City webpage.
It starts off with, I think it was Ant McPartlin that once said, "You weren't expecting that, were you?" And it was just referring to the team choice that we put out against Wolves. I also said 3 strikers and only 1 defensive midfielder in a must-win game. If nothing else, it was confirmation that Brendan Rodgers was finally out of our club. The return of Kagler-Soyuncu for the second consecutive game was another indication that players would be picked on ability and not on favouritism. Oh, I'm surprised they printed that, but there we go. Well done to the BBC. And I think I stand by those two phrases, to be honest with you. But they were saying Leeds are a team in turmoil.
Yeah, they are. Like I said, on all the shows we've talked about Leeds, like the preview one, and when we've had to talk about them in other shows, their manager's not on an interim basis. He's on a game by game basis. That's the weirdest sort of appointment. And it's all got me thinking, Chris, right? When we realistically look back at it, when we sacked Rodgers, the available options to us, you look at all the teams that have recently sacked managers, Spurs, ourselves, Watford, but they do that every 6 weeks. That's a guarantee in football. Leeds are notably one that did it as well, right? We've kind of fallen on solid ground, haven't we? If you think of realistically, you rule out your Pochettinos and Potters and all of them because they're not going to happen while they don't know where we are. You look at the realistic options. We somehow stumbled upon a gold mine when others are looking at a 36-7-year-old Ryan Mason, a guy who they don't even trust to actually call him an interim manager. That gives you a little bit of thing to look at as well. I think it could be a lot worse, even though where we are in the league's not brilliant. In terms of where we've fallen, we've hopefully, don't want to jinx it, but we're looking like a team that's suddenly fallen on its arse all of a sudden, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Tripped off a fan as a leprechaun.
I think we have fallen on our feet. I really do. I've said that myself. I think, it's funny that we may just have got to the point of discovering these three people, but because we got turned down by others. Javi Garcia feels his team can do it again to get back onto a good run of form as they try to stay in the Premier League. So he thinks they can do it. I'm just trying to find that comment, to be honest with you, what they were saying, and I can't at the moment. But yeah, they did say that the owner wants out. They say you got a manager that doesn't know from game to game what's going to be happening. We've got to take advantage.
You've got to, and we've got to address one problem tonight. I know it's something we've not been able to address all season, but you feel like we're going to have to over at least this game and the next one for sure. And that is, we've got to stop conceding so early. We can't get away with that. Yeah, the resilience against Wolves was brilliant. And, if we do go 1-0 down, I will feel a bit more confident we can turn it around because I've actually seen it happen. As long, if it happens. But tonight, you want to make that statement. You want to back that win up against Wolves with a decent win tonight. I don't care if it's just a 2-0 win, but if it's a comfortable 2-0 win, something like that, Chris.
Yes.
All right, 5-0 probably is going to be a stretch, let's face it, but I went for the ridiculous because you never know. But I'll take your 3-0 tonight, to be honest with you, all jokes aside.
Yeah.
A performance and a big win would be...
Off Daka's arse in the 93rd minute.
Yeah, I would as well. Hell, I'd take Iverson going up for a corner in the 97th if it meant that much. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? But it just gives you that edge, especially going into the games that others have to play before we play Everton.
Joby McAnuff, former Jamaican midfielder, apparently. I think he played for Leeds. Smith has brought freshness.
Yeah, he did.
Yes, he has brought freshness, indeed. Like you say, I think we've been literally lucky, but there we go. Leeds boss, Avi Garcia, talking to BT Sport. I expect the best. We know how important the game is. It's a massive game for us. We haven't had much time to prepare for this game. It was more mentally we had to prepare. Ooh. Let's see what anybody
that sounds like someone who's making the excuse before the potential.
It does, doesn't it?
They say that about managers, don't they, when it happens like that?
We heard a lot of it, didn't we? Let's just get past Villa Wolves. A huge night for both clubs, says Dean Smith. It's a huge night for both football clubs. Both are in positions we don't want to be in. We got a result on the weekend, but it means nothing unless we can get one tonight as well. We need to score goals to win games. Now, I haven't moved on to Michael Owen. That is still Dean Smith. But they haven't come readily from the centre forwards this season. It's nice to get some fresh legs in there. I haven't set a points target for safety. You go game to game because the picture changes constantly. I don't even know who's out of contract, to be honest. I'm not really bothered. Our focus is on the next game, and it's as simple as that. Let's have a look.
Brilliant response to that question as well, when asked that.
Yeah.
Brilliant response.
Izzy Christiansen, Everton and England midfielder on BBC Radio 5 Live. Leicester are too good to go down. We're not, though, are we? That's the trouble.
No club's ever too good to go down. Ask Newcastle fans. When they had Owen, Shearer, and countless others. I think Viduka was part of that team. So, you know what I mean? There's so many teams that everybody said are too good to go down. And what that Leeds, our opponents tonight. When they had the same sort of team with Smith, Viduka, Cure, and Paul Robinson, I think was a goalkeeper, and players like that were in the team. They were playing AC Milan in Champions League finals, semi-finals, sorry, or whatever round it was. Oh, too good to go down. Yeah, really, because they went all the way down to League One. And we've been to that doldrums before. There's nothing, no club is too big for a division.
No, they are so not. But of course, on that season, we had the hero that was Lillian Nallis.
Yeah, that was a goal. I don't know how they didn't get goal of the season.
No, it was.
I still don't.
The missing member of the Hair Bear bunch.
Yeah, he'd fit in well with this bunch, wouldn't he?
He would. This is going to come back and bite us on the bum, but it's Rodrigo's 100th appearance in the Premier League today.
Yeah. Well, yippee for him. I suppose Leeds will give him a badge. I don't know.
No,
well done him.
Might get a mug. Be the only couple that get this season.
Hey.
We're
gonna feel. We've got to win now, haven't we, Chris? We can't be like this if they win now.
No. It'll be a very short post-match chat on the stream. But don't forget, guys, we do not do a separate post-match show on the day of the match anymore. That is if Brad can do it tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. We're going to be doing that, which is Wednesday. But we do put our teeth in. We will be doing the instant post-match reaction straight after this. So it's the post-match reaction on here straight after the game, and then the post-match review tomorrow night at 9. Led Zepp, hey, good. Hey. How's that Stairway to Heaven going, mate? Leeds 3-1. They're going to react to the recent losses. Could do, mate. Could do. We can't take this too lightly, can we? And I feel in a little way we could be doing.
I think the thing is with this game is now there's the expectancy, because we all talked about we need to win 3 out of our next 4. They were vital, but I think there was still a little bit of doubt, which is going to be. We were in the relegation zone. There was no guarantee we were suddenly going to be sunshine and roses just because he got us playing attacking football. But now that Wolves result has happened and you see how it's affected the players, you saw the celebrations, the goals and the aftermath. You just feel like this is it. This is your opportunity to grab it and keep it in your hands. And if you can get a win here, you can afford to watch the next 2 games that Everton and Forest play, because they're catching you.
They are.
Before you play Everton on the Monday. So, that's what it helps.
At the end of last season, and we all looked at that and said, Burnley will stay up, Leeds will go down. You've got to give respect to Leeds, and we do. It's just we've never felt this confident all bloody season, Blue Kate is
We're running out of time to feel confident as well, mate.
Oh, this is true. Blue Kate is in, and for anybody that's new to the chat, she's not our favourite porn star, but we do have a couple of... Oh, she's changed it a bit. She's not as blue now. She's more of a turquoisey thing. Oh, Kate. Oh, you've got to change it back to blue, Kate. What you been doing? Oh, it doesn't work anymore. That's ruined.
Turquoise Kate. It's a bit of a turquoise Kate's a bit of a mouthful to say, isn't it?
Well, I've never met her, so I couldn't say. But it's nice to have you along, Kate. I didn't know you knew, Brad, but welcome along. Man United fan, but always pleased to have her in. Very quickly, because coming out in a second. Nate did ask, what do you think the odds are of Madison stays if we stay up? I think about 5%, to be honest with you.
It all depends, doesn't it, really? Who's in charge next season? I know it's a cop-out answer, but there's no reason to say that he couldn't extend his deal. Not necessarily means we're going to keep him any longer, but he might extend it to give us a bit of leeway on it.
Yeah.
I could see that still being a possibility. Whether it's going to keep him here for another season, I wouldn't know. No. But I think there's a chance he wouldn't get us in a Tielemans situation with the right man at the helm.
Kate, no, you don't have to change something. It's just YouTube will change the colours of UK every now and again, as they do for everybody else. So I know you've not done anything, but it's great to have you along, and I hope you are still starting to feel better, because you weren't so good with the old COVID. So hopefully you come in good. I've got to say, very quickly, because the players are coming out, I'm sorry, Boris, but he's a little bit upset. Can't believe they've dropped Rod. Yeah. he had to be that's the comment of the night, to be honest with you.
Don't worry, Boris. When we're 5-0 up and my prediction comes true, Vardy will get his 10 minutes.
Yes.
He'll get on just for you, Boris. I've sent Dean Smith the text.
Brad, look, thank you so very much, as always, for coming on pre-game.
No worries.
I will hopefully see you at half-time.
Yeah, you should see me at half-time. Hopefully I'm not fuming and we're winning and it's 4-0.
Fingers crossed, eh? Fingers crossed.
See you later, mate.
See you in a bit. Take care.
Right.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. What am I looking for? This.
This is the Leicester Till I Die Watchalong Show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
I will love it if we beat them. Love it.
Indeed. Highfields is in. Good evening, Highfields. Hope you are well. Daniel is in. You've still got time to get your predictions in before kick-off if you want to, just for a bit of fun. Scott is in. Good evening, Scott. How are you? He's going for 3-1 to Leicester. The opposite to Led Zepp. And Led, I realise you're a Leeds fan, to be honest with you. I presume from the 3-1 that you were. And you're welcome. It's nice to have you along. I don't know if you're staying for the entire watch long or you've just popped in, but you are more than welcome to be here. And we always welcome opposition fans. It's great to have some banter. I have nothing against Leeds. All this talk of Leeds, I've found the Leeds fans. I'd sooner be stuck in a lockdown with a Leeds fan than a Nottingham Forest fan. And no disrespect to Luke or Dave, the others that I know, but when Leeds have come up, there hasn't been anything about Leeds that's saying we're back where we belong. This is where we should be. No, because you're just grateful to be back here. Where Nottingham Forest came up and it's like, this is our place. We're here. We deserve to be here. This is where we should be. So now that's what I like about Leeds fans. Jeff is in. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good day. 2 positive and special expected changes. Another positive performance needed. You are going for 2-1 to Leicester. And Kate is going 3-2 to Leicester. I don't think my heart will survive that, Kate. I'm an old man. Just so you know, let's just have a quick look at what did the Fox say? Well, the Foxes said this. Brad went 5-0. Tongue in cheek, I think it was, Led Zepp. But he's gone 5-0. I've gone 3-0. Craig went 2-1 to Leicester. Then the ex-players, Jerry Taggart, Ian Marshall and Ian Wilson went 1-1. Steve Lynex went 2-0 to Leeds, but that was his reverse psychology. And Steve Walsh went 2-0 to Leicester. Just to check, guys, can you hear me okay? Again, I'm still using a new microphone and new setup, as you can see, because it's here now in front of me. Let me know if I'm sounding okay. Hopefully I am. Here we go. Well, okay, Max, I believe it is, isn't it? Max, how are you? He's gone 2-0 to Leicester. I hope so, sir. I hope so. And we've kicked off, by the way, so let's just quickly go through these. Daniel has gone 3-1 to Leicester. Colonel should be yellow for Leeds. No. Yeah, but it doesn't show up. I did, Max. Thank you so very much. Loud and clear, sounds good to you. Thank you so very much. Yeah, but if I did yellow on there, you wouldn't see it. I did do. That was my first choice. Anyway, here we go. We kicked off. Hopefully, going to have a decent stream today. We've been on BT. Leeds kicking from left to right in their all-white strip. Leicester City in kicking the other way. And we get a free kick straight away with Maddison being brought down. and he's already rubbing his thigh. Oh, that's not a good sign. But yeah, Leicester going from right to left, and they are in all blue. So it's all blue versus all white. All white? It'll be all white on the night. See what I did there? Yeah. You probably wish you hadn't. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no.
Doug, how the devil are you, sir? Welcome along. You still got your time to get your score predictions in. LCFC, good evening. Well, you're getting very, very into it, Max. Very into it. What happened on the weekend? You were playing. Who is it you play? Aston Villa. Oof. Sounds good. No swear words yet. No, not yet. Not yet. But hey, we're only a minute into the game. Has the game started? Yes, I am 1 minute 50. Just want two minutes in. Remember, absolutely no hints at what's going on. No spoilers. It's a straight red card. You're removed from the chat. So yeah, I'm just going up to 2 minutes 15. If anybody wants to line up with me, but I don't even want any hints. Somebody said the other day, like, "Oh, I want to cheer, but I can't." Well, come on, that gives it away, doesn't it? Here we go. So Leeds have the ball in their own half. Leicester at the moment. Oh no, it's a free kick. Oh, that was unlucky for Kelechi there. He was away. He didn't pull the player down, but they sort of collided, or did he? Let's have a look. Yeah, well, he had his arms around him. You put your arms around a defender, they're going to go down, and I don't blame them. They'll be swearing before the end of it, definitely. At the moment, it's Wolves 1, Palace 0, Villa and Fulham. They kicked off 15 minutes ago, a 0-0, and of course, we've only been playing a minute, so we are also 0-0. Let us have a look. I think Bamford's on the bench. No, Bamford is actually up front. Yeah, Bamford is playing for Leeds. So Everson has the ball in the box. LCFC, you got to go. You got to go for one or the other. You can't. No. We don't allow that. We don't allow that. Leicester for life. Good evening, mate. How are you? So the moment it's mainly being played in Leeds half, but they've got the ball now and they bring it down this near touchline. Soyuncu, has he given? No, he hasn't given away. Good defending there. He blocked the player, but blocked him legally. Now we've given the ball away. Leeds have got it in our half, heading to good defending by Leicester. And now we're on the break. It's 3 against 5 at the moment. What's Tetty going to do with it? He's going to fall over and lose it. That's what he's going to do with it. For fuck's sake, Tete. There you go. First one. Now it's Leeds on the near side. Chipped into the box. Oh, that was a little bit too easy, but well defended by Wout Faes. The Wout Faes that we bought when he was sticking the ball into Rose Ed. That's what he did then. That's what we want to see. Please, everybody, if you are new, please subscribe to the channel. I am trying to get to the 2,000. I don't think I'm going to do it by the end of the season, but as close as we can get to it. I went up to 1840 at the weekend, and I've gone down to 1839 again. So if you are new, please do subscribe. And if you're new or not, please smash the likes, because it does get the channel seen all over YouTube. So a bad ball in by Leeds, and Leicester have got it in the far side. Playing some nice football at the moment, Leicester. We bring it forward again. We're attacking with purpose. Tete again held on to it for too long, but it's Barnes now on this near side. Coming down. Lovely ball through to Maddison. Lovely chip. Madison's into the box. Turns, twists, chips it over. Oh, it's out for a corner. First corner to Leicester. This is what we want to see. This is Leicester showing intent. They are going for it. Barnes had the ball. Barnes likes a goal against Leeds. Played in Madison. Madison twisted and turned. And and it came off, and he didn't raise the ball up enough. It was a daisy cutter, and a Leeds defender got his foot in. Bout phase is coming up for the corner. And it's a chipped in. It's a goal! Tielemans! 1-0 Leicester! Yes! 6 minutes gone! 6 minutes gone! And that is a Tielemans goal from old! That is what we wanted to see. That is what Leicester needed to do. There's Sat Daldy on the TV. I recognised him in the fans. Tielemans does the heart. Dean Smith is showing composure. We've scored from a corner as well. It was chipped in by Maddison from the corner. Played out. Tielemans on the circle just outside the penalty box. I never know what to call that. And it is a goal to Leicester. Well, top corner, top bins. Let's just have a look at this from behind from Tielemans. Oh, yes. It hits the crossbar and goes in. But they're looking for possible offside. Oh, my God. They're looking for possible offside. I don't know. Did he touch it? No, it was a Leeds player that played it out. Sumare was marginally offside. But as he moved out, I don't think he played the ball. I think it was the Leeds defender that played the ball. Oh, what they're given. No, they've disallowed it. They've disallowed it, for fuck's sake. Fucking VAR. He can afford to smile, Tielemans. That is arseholing. Yes, he was offside, but he didn't get involved. I don't think it came off him. And when it went out, it was the Leeds player that played it out. Who's the wanker on VAR? Let's have a look. Oh, it's Stuart Atwell. Of course it fucking wasn't counted. Stuart Atwell, honestly, it's a shame his mother didn't swallow. Fucking Stuart Atwell, honestly. I don't believe that was a superb goal. Just posting something on social media. That was robbed. That was absolutely robbed. Yeah, Pratwell. That's putting Pratt's down. That is. To me, that goal was fine and fair and should have stood. Hello, good evening. Hello, how are you? Yeah, they are all wankers. Hella, I couldn't agree with you more. That's a Norwegian saying, by the way, if YouTube are watching, because I don't know what it means, but it means something in Norwegian, apparently, that W word. How you doing, Hella? Welcome along. Positive play, says Nate. Indeed, totally. Let's start again. Yeah, Twatwell. I mean, is it just me, or does anybody else actually think that was a fine goal? What are your thoughts on it? Was it offside? Luke is in. Good evening, Luke. How are you? But yeah, a Cherries fan keeping his mouth shut. Oh, sorry, that's Craig in it that doesn't. Never known anybody talk like Craig can talk. He makes Brad look like he's in a library. Bloody hell. So Leicester have it on the near side with Christensen. We're going again. He turns. What's he gonna do? He's gonna play it all the way back. He was lucky with that one because um, I think it was Faze that was no, it was Soyuncu just marshalling the Leeds defender, Leeds striker. Leicester coming forward though. This is great play from Leicester. This is the first 11 minutes, but you know Leicester, this is how we start. Oh, and then it's just a weak ball in from Tete. I really don't know why he's on the pitch. And if he is on the pitch, he should be down the middle because that's what Brazilians are. Straight down the middle. See what I did there? I don't think it was Tete, Boris. It was Samara. It wasn't Tete. Heller's got us down for a 2-1 win. Love the Norwegians. Oh, I've been getting some abuse there, Heller, from the Eurovision fans for a couple of those songs I've marked. No, I want 3, Luke. I want 3. Oh, Samari slips, but he plays a lovely ball out to Tete, who again can't get it past the first man. Please, why? Just somebody tell me why is Tete on the pitch? Although if he goes and scores, obviously I think he's the best Brazilian that there's ever been. Throw into Leicester, into Madison in the middle of the park, inside the Leeds half. A bad ball there to Christensen. It was too soft, too easy for the Leeds player to get to. Leicester have it back, but it comes back out to a Leeds player. You know what's going to happen? Leicester for Life's gone 1-0. It should have been that. We've got the ball back again. Wolves are playing Crystal Palace tonight. Doesn't really affect us. I think if Wolves win this on 37, they are safe. Excuse me. At the moment, though, it's saying it's 50-50 possession. I tend to say we've had more than that. Barnes manages to keep the ball in. Sumari with the ball. Soyuncu across to Faze. It's the Hair Bear bunch. Comes across to Sumari. Just bringing it into their Leeds half, but he plays the ball out. Christensen wasn't able to keep it in. It would be Hella. I love the fact that, and everybody should think that their own song is the best. I love it. I do say to everybody, look, it's a bit of fun what I do. It's very Wogan-esque. Barnes! Oh! Barnes was played through there. Lovely ball. Good defending, in fairness, by Leeds. But I tell you what, Leicester, they are getting to the first and to the second ball. Yeah, he should have maybe just sort of had a second touch and tried to get around the player, Barnes, but he didn't. I've got to be honest with you, Max. After your result at the weekend, the way if Southampton play like they did against Arsenal and you played like you did against Villa, I think it could be a Southampton win. I'm afraid, mate. And then I think you're right back in it. Good move from Leeds here. Oh, lovely turn. Puts Christensen on his arse. Oh. Just trickles past Sinestra, who wasn't able to make the contact, and it just falls into the arms of Everson. Yeah, Christensen put on his arse. Good crossing by Leeds. That's what we've got to watch. We have got to watch that. Ball out from Everson, but it goes straight to a Leeds player. Leeds are back into the game a bit more now. Well, that. Oh! Maddison! Yeah, he's going that because he was that far away. Remember Gazza in the Euros? That was one of those. A lovely run. Lovely ball put in over the defenders. He got his touch on it. Inacho, what a great player. Lovely ball in. He's not just a striker, Inacho. We need to make more use of him. And Maddison saying, it was only just wide. Only just wide. Yeah, well, I mean, Max, that says it all, really, doesn't it? Yeah, I mean, Samari deserves to be in the team's offside now, so it's a free kick to Leicester. Samari, after his performance the other day, he deserves to be in. It's funny, though, isn't it? How when a manager comes in that plays players to their ability, they play well. And yet, when you buy in a player like Samari and they say, but I want you to change to be playing like this, well, why buy him then? So it's 0-0. We've got 17 minutes on the clock. You should be 1-0 up. But Stuart Twatwell said it was offside. Villa are 1-0 up at Fulham. Of course, we have got Fulham in a couple of weeks' time. The free kick to Leeds United. Villa, what a coup they did getting Emery. I mean, he didn't go to Newcastle, then he came to Villa, and he's got them in fifth in Europe. And they were saying European nights back at Villa Park. Leeds coming forward down the right side. Leicester managed to clear it though. It wasn't good play from Leeds, but they do get the throw in about halfway into our half. Maybe a bit further actually. Short throw in. Passing it around. Still got it. Christensen's been dummied. And Leeds score. Leeds score. What the fuck did I say? What the fuck did I say? Typical. I bet Stuart Atwell doesn't give that offside. No, the wanker. Of course he won't. "19 minutes, 1-0. Again, nobody's picking the Leeds player up on the far side. And that's Castagna again. I don't know what Castagna he lets. Oh. And Everson, bad defending, bad goalkeeping from Everson. He just watched it go in. So I hope all those people that have been blowing smoke up Everson's arse realise now, he's not as good as everybody says. I said at the start we had to show Leeds respect. But isn't it just typical Leicester? We have all the possession, all the spots, and then we go and concede. Rodrigo's getting a little bit heated there, kicking the ball away. Madison having a word with the referee. But we go behind, as we always do. It's not over yet because, of course, look at Wolves. But I just feel so deflated. It's just the same old, same old. Yeah, most of ours off. My 3-0 is off, and Brad's 5-0 is off. And we're now 4 points off Leeds. So we're still in 17th on goal difference, but we're 4 points off Leeds. Sumare, he does give away too many free kicks, Sumare. There's a free kick on the near side to Leeds. It's going to be a left foot in swinger. But it's straight into Everson's hands. No, this is it. I don't think I feel deflated because it is the same old, same old. But, you know, we did it against Wolves. There's no reason we can't do it against Fulham. Looks like this referee has got it in for Leicester. Why is he having a word? Tielemans has just won the foul, so why is he having a word with Tielemans? I reckon that when Paul Tierney puts a card up, he does it like that. Should grow a little moustache there, Paul Tierney. Lovely ball by Leeds over. Everson comes out and heads it out. Fair play to Leeds. Everson was way out and they tried to chip it over his head and into the goal, but it just went straight into his arms. Madison on the ball. Plays it through. Sumare. Oh, again, it's that little ball, just not that final ball, just not quite good enough. Herbert's in. Hello, sir. How are you? I'd have Pratt on, you know I would. Problem is now Leicester have got to go for it, and Leeds could just be waiting to pick us off. Leon, I can't put your score down because obviously we've kicked off, but 2-1 I would take. Oh, that's a free kick, isn't it, Tierney, you twat? They scored an own goal in the reverse fixture Leeds. We could do with them doing that again. We've definitely let Leeds back into this game. Throwing to Leicester on the near side. I agree, Max. I agree. Yeah, hello. That's what we were doing at the start, but we've let them back in. We've let them back into the game. David, good evening. Thank you for your prediction. I can't count it because we've kicked off, but I appreciate the fact that everybody's going for a Leicester win. All non-Leicester fans are more confident than I am. I must tell you how our season's gone. Leicester, again. We've got it back. Come on, guys. Whoa, he's gone down. He's given a free kick to Leicester. Maddison went down. That must have just been outside the box. He's given it outside the box. It is within Maddison's range. Maddison thinks it's a penalty. They will check it in fairness. But it wasn't a penalty. It wasn't a penalty. He actually was fouled outside. He went down in the box, but it wasn't a penalty. JJ, good evening. How are you? Nate, I've never been to Ellen Road. I've got to be honest with you. It's an old stadium, obviously modernised over the years. I like the modern stadiums, but I like the atmosphere of the old stadiums. Newcastle, that's what we don't like. That's Newcastle turning into Newcastle fans turning into Manchester United and Arsenal entitled fans. You're not going to. There's no guarantee that you're going to get him. If you do, you do. But that sort of thing, that's why we don't like. That's Newcastle fans. A lot of you are changing this season. Now you've got money, you're becoming Arsenal Mark II. Sorry, Newcastle, but don't like that from fans. Don't like that from fans at all. It's disrespectful, and it shows what a bell end fans are when you say that sort of thing. So Maddison with the free kick. Oh, poor free kick. Straight over everybody and out for a goal kick. I'll tell you what, because David is such a bell end, I'm going to put him in a timeout. I don't like that attitude. I really, really don't. You show respect to the clubs, and the fact I used to like Newcastle, and I still like them to a point, but there's a lot of their fans have become totally Man United and Arsenal Mark II. We're Newcastle now. We've got the money. We're going to get him. So fuck off, Newcastle. Bit of money, and you're just Arsenal Mark II. That's all you are. Leeds breaking away. Is it going to be 2? No, Everson came out and got it well there from Bamford. Yeah, James. So coming up to half an hour, it is 1-0 to Leeds United. Should be 1-1, but obviously that twat that's doing VAR. Didn't think so. I can't. I must admit, I'm looking forward to hearing Brad's take on it. Yeah, so into a good tackle there. He got the ball. Maybe if players, and I include Leicester players in this, maybe if players actually wore shin pads that weren't the size of a thumbnail, they might actually have better protection. You say that the shin pads are halfway up the fucking legs. So all the home teams are winning 1-0 at the moment. Hello. You feel sorry for me, but I've got to be honest with you, having to make a substitution, Leeds. I'm having to feel sorry for you, but your officials may be better than Premier League officials. So I've got to say, fair, I'm not going to say, see how your FA, whatever it is called, deals with it, because ours can't. The throw into Leicester just by the technical area. It's with Christensen. No, headed ball on from Maddison, but it just went nowhere, and it ended up to a Leeds player. Soyuncu with an up and under. Leicester cut it out. Leicester got the ball on the far side, bringing it forward. Crossed into the box, but it went straight to a Leeds player. That is true, Hella. Maybe I should start watching Norwegian football. So Leicester have the ball. Christensen's calling for it, but it's played upfield. It's played upfield to a fucking Leeds player. Well, they didn't take forever to look at it, did they, Nate? And they had good referees there. What the fuck? Just booting upfield, you plonkers! Jesus Christ! I thought they made quicker decisions with the VAR. The referees didn't just say, well, yeah, you've asked me to go and look at it. I agree with my first decision, which was very good. Madison's on the ball. Tete. Castagna. Can he get the cross in? He's brought down. It's a free kick to Leicester. Close to the corner. Or is it a throw in? No, we've just got the throw in, but it is to Leicester, down near the corner flag on the far side. 34 minutes gone in this first half. Comes to nothing. John Terry and Dean Smith prowl in the technical area. John Terry's listening to music, but he's got an iPoddy thingy, whatever you call it, in his ear. Tielemans talking to the fourth official. I think he's saying, why are you letting this shit ref the match? Right, now Nacho with the back heel, but it's come out. Sumare down to Christensen on this side. Christensen a bad ball forward, but Sumare gets it. Nacho gets it, and it's out. I think there's a Leeds player gone down. Bloody hell. Oh, come on, Leeds. That's fucking the number 28. What cheating? Fucking wanking 28. Who's 28 for Leeds? I'll call it now. He's a wanker. He's a cheat. McKenna. He's a cheat. Maybe it is dirty Leeds. Maybe they've got to revert to cheating. Indeed, Heller. He went down clutching his face like he'd been knocked out by Mike Tyson. Who's the wanker in the white? McKenna. The moment it's not looking too good for Leicester. The good start we had, again, we've wasted. I do think that Everson could have made a better attempt to try and stop it. He has to take his blame. It was all the way through from Leeds there. Faze lets it run out, and it's a goal kick. Surprised they haven't given it as a corner, to be honest with you, these bent referees. "37 minutes gone. 1-0 to Leeds. Leeds get the throw in. Well, we were good at the start. We were good for about 10 minutes, and we've been absolutely average since then. Oh, Soyuncu. Everson clears it. But he's all over Madison! That number fucking 28 again! Leeds can't get it away at the moment. Leicester having a bit of pressure here. Samari. Tielemans. Over the top. It comes out to Castagna. Back to Tielemans. To Tete. Back to Tielemans. Leeds are back in numbers now. It's a poor ball in, and it's just a header back from Leeds back to the goalkeeper. But I jokingly said that. We've had a few stoppages for alleged Leeds injuries. That a free kick or a throw in? No, we've actually got a free kick, everybody. Don't get too excited. We've been awarded a free kick in the 39th minute. We've been given a free kick. Who knew? What's Christian going to do? Chips it into the box. Straight to a Leeds player. And then it's out for a throw into Leicester. Christensen not having his best game. He's pulled back there. And he gives the ball away. For fuck's sake, Christensen. I think Christian possibly needs to be taken off. 5 minutes till half time, plus any injury time. Faye's coming away with the ball. Plays it out to Tete on the far side. Brings it in. To Samari. Over to Christensen. Who gives it away again? Get Christian off now. A Leeds player's been booked, but Barnes has gone down now. Christensen is having a shit game. Get him off. It was a free kick. He was very late in, but again, the pass from Christensen played Barnes into trouble, and Barnes is still down. Christensen needs to come off. Got Eddie Gray in the crowd there, I see. Ex-Leeds player when they really were dirty Leeds. Kate, thank you so much. Take care, and I will see you soon. Hopefully, and I hope you feel okay. You're on the mend. Thanks for popping in, Kate. So, still arguing over this yellow card. Courtin is talking to his fourth official, who's writing something down. Or is he talking to a Leeds? I think it's the fourth official. Interesting to see what's going on there. Obviously, I can't hear, so I don't know what's going on. Very true. Very true. Kate. Hella, sorry. Hella. David McGuinn, do me a favour, go forth and multiply. Come in here. Let's just block him. There we go. Don't need Newcastle wankers coming in. The throw into Leicester on the far side. 2 minutes until half time. Led Zepp, I don't know. You've got to be happy with the way the game's gone, Led. The corner. Teta's going to take the corner on the far side to Leicester. 43 minutes gone. Now it's easily defended by Leeds. I've got to say, after a dodgy start by them, they've come back in. Well, we've let them get back into the game, I think. Everton comes out and boots it, but it's only as far as the Leeds player. Iheanacho with the ball. I've got to say, I'm sorry, Led. I know you're a Leeds fan, but you are going in for these. You're playing the player, not the ball. Leeds are definitely playing the player and not the ball. Leeds have it on the far side. Defended well there by Castagna. Out for throw-in. It's 4 minutes. 4 minutes of injury time. So it's 4 minutes. It sounds like us. Yeah, Paul Robinson saying here, together, tempers have been boiling over. Christensen now, come on, mate, let's do something decent for once. Samari's on the ball, but he's forced back into our own half, which is not where we want the ball. Oh, that's going to be another free kick, surely. Rodriguez this time. He's got him booked. The 2 bookings to Leeds. I have a feeling he took one for the team there. Another free kick for Leicester on the far side. Just showing, I'm sorry, Led, but it's showing how many fouls Leeds are giving away. Too early to be happy, says Led Zepp. We can throw it away any time. Oh, I hope so. I'm sorry, mate, but I hope so. So Madison with a chip in the box, headed clear by Leeds. And it's a goal kick at the end of all of that. Dean Smith in conversation with Craig Shakespeare. A free kick for what? Sumari again. He just gives away free kicks, Sumari. Leon. This is a must-win game for us. Must win. You can see the table there. 4 points. We are now behind Leeds. So into Leicester. Looks like it's going to be half time any second now. The 4 minutes are up. And here it is. It is half time. So it is half time. And it is still arguing with the referee. Tielemans talking to him, which is allowed to do because he's the captain. So let me just update this. So thoughts on the first half, guys? What do you think? What do you think of the first half? I mean, I'm pissed off. I've got to be honest with you. They're trying to get your pie out the oven. Go get it, mate. Go get it. You enjoy it. Boris, come on. Not a bad first half. Need to be doing a lot better. Yeah, we do. We do. Again, good first 10 minutes, and then it all went a bit, well, we let Leeds back in, didn't we? Saying here, time for Dean Smith to earn his money. He's got a very important team talk to give at half time. Leicester have been outfought by Leeds in that first half. and trail following Luke Sinestra's header. In fact, the Foxes are yet to have a single shot on target, and the Italian goalkeeper, as it says there, is having a bit of a rest. Right, we will be back in a few minutes. I'm just going to go and water the plants, but do not go away. I'm just trying to find it, and I don't think I've uploaded it, have I not? Disappointing, very much disappointing. But there we go. We'll be back straight after I've gone and watered the plants. Don't go away.
This is the Leicester Till I Die Watchalong Show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
I will love it if we beat them. Love it.
Sound.
I know I'm sound. I'm a sound person. What can I say? But thank you, sir. Frustrated?
Yeah, I am, because they're there for the taking. You can see it. There's a walking red card, and if we get the next goal, there'll be a red card for one of their players. I think they're quite happy to go 10 men behind the ball, see this out, try and nick this 1-0. Like, you can see by the way they played after they scored. I hate to say it, but you moaned at Ward, so I'm going to call it when I see it as well here, because I've moaned at him. Iverson should have done a lot better.
Yes. No, I've got it. You've been reading my notes again, haven't you? I've got.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He should have. The goalkeeper, as a goalkeeper, you keep one eye on their furthest player. and you get it in your head, where do I go if the worst case scenario happens? And you should know if that ball's going to beat everybody like it did, and under his head, he should be better positioned and he saves it. They shouldn't be 1-0 up.
No.
It's against the run of play, but this is unfortunate. This is a
Still,
scenario we didn't want to find ourselves in.
I mean, Castagna. How often is Castagna going to get caught by the guy coming behind him? Every time.
Enough times for a red card, I tell you.
Right?
Enough times that someone's going to get sent off. It's getting ridiculous.
It is, but like I say, I'm fed up with the number of times I've seen Leicester concede, and it's because the ball's been played down that far side. Castagna's it for some reason. Castagna, as the left back, is actually in the centre of the box, almost up phase bum. I don't know whether those two are having a love affair, but Castagna can't seem to keep away from him when he should be out the back watching the guy coming down. He's got to take his blame, and Everson just stood there and watched it go in. Christensen having a shot off as well.
Yeah, it was a bit frustrating because that goal just took all the impetus out of it. It's been all gear and no idea, really, hasn't it? We've gone about trying to get forward quickly. We've tried to be positive in terms of we're not taking 70 years to try and launch an attack. It's just unfortunately, ever since they've scored, they're doing what any team does in their situations: fouling, tripping, time wasting from the 20th minute. Yeah. And we're struggling to get in behind, and everything we're trying is just not clicking at all. Anybody opposed to changing it up? This man's shown he can do it before, because something needs to change, just purely because of the way I feel Leeds are going to approach that second half.
I don't know what he's doing on the pitch. I think he thinks he's in, he's on the whatever the beach, Copacabana beach in Brazil. Get him off straight away. Get Christian off because he couldn't pass wind. He's played when Barnes went down really badly injured. It was because he played a short ball. And it played Barnes into trouble. All right, the Leeds player actually got a booking for that one. But Christensen is absolutely waste of space today. Get him off. Totally get him off. Not looking up to himself at all. And Samare, I mean, every free kick they've been given has been conceded by Samare. And I know it's hard because the other day I was saying we need somebody who's going to stick the foot in. And now I'm complaining about him giving away too many free kicks. Look, I can't be, pleased me. But
you're never pleased, are you, Chris?
No, I never am.
No. The thing is, I can kind of give Samari a free pass in a way, because it seems like that's the job he's been given. You saw how he used his muscle against Wolves, and he's using it today, and he's kind of laying some on the Leeds players because they need it a little bit. It's a little bit farcical, to be honest with you, from Leeds, and that's why I'm a bit even more frustrated, because we're 1-0 down. We haven't really been able to do anything in that final third because we've just lost communication for whatever reason. But also, these just look there for the taking, even though they're winning 1-0. I know it sounds weird saying that, but they do. They look here there for the taking. Yeah. Honestly, if we can get that goal, I see a red card coming.
Yeah. I was just going to say a very warm welcome to Judy. Thank you for joining us, Judy. I know we're called Dirty Leeds now. You became a member, and I actually thanked you on the show last night, but I don't think you were in that show. When I actually had seen that you had become a member, I'd already was doing the outro, and I didn't get a chance to say. But thank you very much to Judy. $1.99, you become a member, you get discount on what do they call it? LTID apparel. There's a posh word for it, and there's a lot of other things as well. And when we get enough members, we're going to be having member-only shows. So, and that's not what you're thinking either, Brad. But Judy, thank you so very, very much. Christensen has been very poor this half. We need JJ back. Hurst has scored for Ipswich out on loan from Leicester. It's another division, isn't it? I've got to be honest with you. When a player is getting that many loans out, you got to think he's never gonna come back. Yeah. Reason. Look, that was a screamer. To be honest with you, that's the closest I've come to an orgasm in the last 11 years since I've been on my own. I mean, what that was Tielemans back to his best. To me, and I don't have, obviously they've not shown us every single camera angle, but to me, it looked like the Leeds player had played it back out to Tielemans. I didn't think it had hit Samari, but apparently it hit Samari and then went off the Leeds player out to Tielemans.
The problem is it doesn't actually matter either way, because Samari coming back from an offside position, if he doesn't touch the ball but he makes the attempt like he does, he instantly interferes with play. So a player from offside position coming back to interfere with, he got ruled for interfering with play. I know it was given as offside, but even if the Leeds player was the only one to touch the ball, if he'd have done it with no one around him, obviously the goal stands. It wouldn't matter that Samari's offside. He's not interfered with play by the letter of the law. But in that scenario, he still would have, even if he doesn't touch the ball, unfortunately, he still would then get classed with interfering with play. So
I mean, like I say, from what I've seen, I thought, what a start. But again, we've gone behind 1-0. And I said, after about 15 minutes, I tell you what's going to happen now. Leeds are going to score because we've not taken advantage of being on top.
Yeah, and it's the one thing we didn't want to happen, because we wanted to keep the Allen Road crowd quiet. And I think even if we'd have come in at half time at 0-0, I think we'd have felt there's only one team going on to win this. And I still do. And I know people use this as clickbait when Leeds go and beat us 3-0 now. I've said this, but I look at how they've gone about it since, and it's not like when Wolves took the lead at the weekend. Wolves got that goal and came at us for 20 minutes, and in the end, we scored against a run of play. And Leeds have just been on the back foot, hoofing it long, and it's going straight to Iverson or a defender, so it's not troubled us so far. Wrong, can't rely on that with our defence this season, obviously always being the case, but we've got to get in at them. And I think there's a few players I agree with you on, Tete and Iverson. To whoever said JJ, unfortunately, thanks to Brendan and his wise backroom staff meeting, and he must have had to make the decision. JJ is back. JJ is fit. He will never be available for us this season, though, because he's not registered.
Yeah.
So it'd have to be Luke Thomas, which could help us. It helped us.
I'm going to cut you short because we're about to kick off. Randy Moore, it's you saying that we folded. He's just gone Origami FC. Boom, boom. I will see you in 45 minutes. Come on, mate. Round. Cheers, mate. All the best.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks to Brad there. We're about to kick off. Leeds are taking the kick, and Leeds in all white, kicking from right to left. Leicester all blue, kicking from left to right. And we are 45 minutes, probably from saving our Premier League season. Is that a bit dramatic, do you think? No, we'll find out. We will find out. Yeah, we do know Anthony. Alan McCoist is commentating with Ian Dark. Alistair McCoist, who at the start of the night did say that Leicester are in his bottom three to go down this season, and he's sticking with that, he said, but it might change. It changes weekly, he says, but let's see what Leicester can do. I don't think we've made any changes, actually. Let's have a look. Nothing's come up. No, doesn't look like we've made any changes at all, which is a surprise. I'm going to be honest with you. I was expecting changes. I think we needed changes. We've not had a shot on target yet. Half time, no shot on target. Yeah, no changes. They're just showing the team now. This is almost a perfect game for Leeds. I mean, be interesting to see whether they fold or not. Did like that Origami FC. Yeah, no changes, Nate. No changes. Nice move here from Leicester. Passing it around beautifully. Tielemans out to Barnes. Plays it in, but it's headed easily clear and in control by Leeds. So we are 4 points behind Leeds as it stands at the moment. That is where we'll see if Dean Smith is worth his money and seeing what that. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall at that half time. Are you at the other match there, Led? Are you actually at the match? Dean Smith there, arms crossed, prowling the technical area, talking to somebody. Leeds with a throw-in on the far side. Enjoy it while you can, Led. Enjoy it while you can, mate. You never know what's around the corner. I enjoyed that Tielemans goal, and then look what has happened. So enjoy it, mate. Yeah, get your Nate, no problem. Right, phase down the near side. Iheanacho. Oh, he was bundled over, but the referee says no, wasn't a foul. Good block there. Good block from Faze. Iheanacho finally gets up. I mean, to me, that's a free kick, but, you know, these wankers in black know. That was a free kick. Fucking hell, Paul Tierney. The Leeds have it in the near corner. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, Leeds are just lining up for shots. We're blocking it. Blocked it twice there from Leeds. I could see a second one there. I could see a second one. Have you got a couple of toilet rolls at the side as well? I used to have one in here, but I bought some tissues. But I had toilet rolls to throw at the TV screen. And it's a header for Leeds, and it's over the bar, and it's a goal kick to Leicester. Bad head jump by Sumari. It went straight over his head. Well, he kind of grazed it. He actually, I think, took too long, did Rodrigo. I think if he'd shot earlier, he could have caused us problems. 5 shots to Leeds now, 1 on target, 3 to Leicester, none on target. Sounds a bit like we got Brendan Rodgers back in charge. Should we have gone maybe with the 3 strikers on again? Then again, like you say, he couldn't have accommodated Barnes, but now in fairness to Paul Tierney, Sumari, that one's a free kick and it's a booking for Sumari. Well, who knew? Who knew that Sumari would get a booking every fucking match? In fairness, he got away with one before. In fair play to Paul Tierney, but 7th booking of the season. I said again in the first half, I said he gives away too many fouls. Leeds fans are enjoying themselves, and so they should be. So they should be. Yeah, they do. They have folded in other games, but this is Leicester. James, good evening, James. How are you? Don't ask, James. Don't ask. It's going well for you. Another Leeds booking. Again on James Maddison. Are they going to end up with 10 on the pitch? Or is their goalkeeper going to be taking everybody off on a yellow card and just replacing them? James, are you free on Thursday at about 9:30 for a preview show? You should be watching this, James, because you would be enjoying it the way Leicester are playing. "53 minutes gone, 1-0. Vardy is warming up. Boris, Jamie Vardy is warming up. But then again, so is Daka. Get them both on. So free kick to Leeds. Down the far side. Christensen lets it go out for a throw-in. All the games are currently still 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. Wolves are up to 13th at the moment on 37 points, and I reckon that'll be enough to make them safe. Palace on 37, so Leicester need to start doing something now. 54 minutes gone. Please don't give it to Tete, but he did. Tielemans now. Faze will pass it across to Soyuncu on the halfway line. He passes it out to Christensen. Plays a 1-2 with Castagna. Barnes, sorry. Oh, and he's being pulled all over the place. Tielemans has looked very, very average since that shot. Of course you do. Yes, mate. Yeah. Not a problem. Not a problem. Appreciate it anyway, James. Ten minutes gone in the first half. Still no shot on target from Leicester. Dean Smith called it. He said, if we don't win this, winning against Wolves will have meant nothing. Stanya now. Tete in the middle. Most goals scored by bottom half sides this season. Leicester 43, Leeds 42. Yeah, we have conceded more than any other side in the bottom half. Castagna now crosses the ball over. It comes in. Keep it in. Oh, what the fuck was that? Harvey Barnes. Unlucky, mate. Unlucky. The shot, but it was off target and it went over. That ball never went out. And Harvey Barnes, in fairness, it was him against 5 defenders. He tried to chip it into that right-hand corner, and it went high and over. Everybody have a good time on Thursday. Are you going out so you don't have to watch the game? You could beat Newcastle yet, James. Worse things have happened. Sorry, worse things. Stranger things. It's a corner to Leicester. On the near side. Tete's onto it. Number 37, lining the ball up. Faze is coming up. Soyuncu is coming up. Sumare is coming up. Sumare's got to be careful. He's on a yellow. The last thing we need is to go down to 10. Played in from Tete. They've got it clear. Oh, what the fuck was that? Tielemans. So it's a throw in. 58 minutes gone. Madison's on the ball. We need a bit of Madison magic now. And that wasn't it. Oh. Nicky Nacho was offside and he couldn't go for the ball. So it's still 1-0. Please subscribe to the channel if you are new and smash the likes. I keep saying it, I know I sound like a broken record, but it really, really does help the channel. $23 watching, 19 likes. Another booking for Leeds. It's a free kick, literally just on the near side. I don't know what do they call that circle in front of the goalposts. But it is a free kick. Yeah, I get that, James. I do get that. 20 likes, guys. Well done. Thank you very much. So, Madison, come on. Let's have a Madison special. Remember that one you scored against Southampton? All those times you've just put the ball in the right place. Come on, Madison. It is definitely Madison's range. Number 10's lying on the floor. It makes me laugh. Oh, I don't look. But I am doing. No, it's straight at the wall. It's going to be out for another corner. Free kick was awful. Awful. So Tete now with the corner again on the near side. Leicester applying the pressure. Can't get through that defence. It's a throw into Leicester on the near side. It was a poor free kick in all honesty. Leicester growing into the game, says Paul Robinson. the ex-Leeds goalie. Another, is it? Oh, it's a throw-in. It's a throw-in. Oh, they're trying to be too neat and passing it around, and they lose it out, and Leeds break away now and give away a free kick. Soyuncu. You should see how many bookings Leeds have got. 4 so far. 62 minutes. We need to start making some changes. We're looking at handball, but it wasn't. It isn't, and it'll be a free kick to Leeds. Sharkey, typical Leicester. We don't take advantage of when we're in control, and Leeds came back and hit us. 1-0 to Leeds, and you can't say at the moment they don't deserve it. Oh, Everson drops the ball, but he picks it up there. So he's looking for a quick outlet. Who's going to give it him? Nobody at the moment. Soyuncu's got it now. Somebody asked me earlier, would I take a point? And I said it wouldn't be enough, but to be honest with you, at the moment, another cup that Arsenal couldn't win then, eh? Fair play, West Ham. And it's a corner. Tielemans just can't get it past these. Nobody can seem to get it past these Leeds defenders. 65 minutes coming up. No changes yet for Leicester. What are we doing? Well, he isn't tonight, Leon. You know, when he plays Leicester, everything changes. Tete with the corner in. Oh, punched out there. Punched out by said goalkeeper. As far as quick, it's offside, for fuck's sake. And they just slowly take their time, Leeds, and you can't blame them, in fairness. He should have, Leicester. He should have, but hey, VAR. "65 minutes gone." You're right, Boris. We have to go for it, which is why I'm surprised no changes are being made. Wolves have gone 2-0 up against Crystal Palace. We've given a corner away. Again, not taking advantage of when we're on top, and Leeds are back into this game. At the moment, these Leeds are enjoying a spell of pressure, and that's a foul and a booking for Castagna. No, Tielemans, who laughs. He can't believe it, and we can't believe how shit you've been today, Tielemans. You got to say, I mean, is this the same side that beat Wolves? His first booking, in fair. I didn't realise it's only his first booking this season, Tielemans. Oh, that was a bit high and wide there by the Leeds player. 67 minutes gone. No changes. I don't know what's going on because we need to be making changes. And we're not doing. Leeds, I think, are making a change now. Rodrigo's coming off and Aronson is coming on for Leeds United. Daka is warming up. Daka is getting, well, he's stripping down to his kit, ready to come on. And Thunder, that was actually, I think he was referring to it earlier, the one that was disallowed. Which is why I've not done anything against him. Good play by Leeds. Oh, lovely. Sold Samari a dummy. Be careful, Samari. He gets the free kick this time. Who is Daka going to come on for? Nate, I didn't read that, Nate, and then I thought, oh, Nate's commented and had a look. I think it's a bit like Iheanacho, that he hadn't been given the time. Vardy and Daka coming on. Tete is off. Thank God. Why wait until now? So Tete is off for Vardy. Who comes on and says something. I think he's having a prayer. Is Daka. Barnes is off for Daka on 17 minutes. Left it a bit late in my opinion. I think you could be right, Daniel. Ash, how are you doing? It's been a while. We needed the win, but at this point, I would take a point if you like. It's offside. Bamford. So a free kick on the far side to Leicester, which Everson trots over to take. I'd take a draw. At this point, I would take a draw. Free kick to Leicester. For Tielemans now. Forward to Madison. And the ball over. Absolutely crap. Absolutely crap. Now, I think if this result goes well, I think you could be looking at the 34th or 36th even being enough. Oh, double save from the Leeds goalkeeper. Oh, Inacho. Oh, he's offside anyway. Of course he was offside. This fucking linesman. I think the linesman on this side actually used to be German because he likes to hold his flag up like that. It wouldn't have counted anyway because VAR would have given it as offside. We have ways of making you offside, you know. Thanks a lot, James. Enjoy your night out, mate. I know what you're saying, but I've got to be honest. I hope you don't get anything off Newcastle. But I have a feeling you're going to, the way our fucking season's gone. No. Simon is in. What are you doing, Simon? Have a word with your boss. Come on. Can't believe how dire we've been, and the manager's waited too long to make changes. I'm praying, Chris, you play. Have a word. But yes, you're quite right. We are playing absolutely dire. That said, Leeds are giving us the ball. With Tielemans now in the middle. With Maddison. There's a bit of trickery. Gets the ball back now. Inacho's through! Oh! Just wanted to lift the ball over. The one game Mesler decides to fucking turn up and it's against Leicester. Hope you're well, Simon. He's actually given a free kick. Right on the edge of the box, just down the side of the penalty area. It could be in your neck of the woods next season, West Bromwich, Birmingham, that sort of area. Come on, Maddison. Chips it in. It's a goal kick. Maddison's free kicks have been poor. I've retired, Simon, so I am now officially an OAP. And before you say anything, I've taken early retirement. All right, I'm not that old just yet, but it's feeling good. Feeling good. 75 minutes gone. Leicester fans looking extremely nervous, let's say. Extremely nervous. I'm resigned to losing this. Yeah, it's a 6-pointer, Leicester. It's a 6-pointer. At the moment, it's Leeds that are getting the... Well, yeah, they're not getting the 6 points, but you know what I mean. Leeds are going down for everything now. I'm sorry, Led, it's good to have you in, but your team are cheaters. Your team are total cheaters. The goal kick, we're messing about with it there in the corner, and Leeds won't mind us keeping it there because, of course, it's nowhere near their goal, so they're going to say, "Carry on, carry on." 28 points, played 33. Everton, one place below us, 28 points, having played 32. And it's just going to be our luck that they'll get something against Newcastle. Yeah, when the changes were made, Paul Robinson said here Leicester were in the ascendancy. It's finished at Molineux. Wolves have beaten Palace 2-0 and have virtually guaranteed their Premier League survival. Go on now, yes! 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 Jamie Vardy! Jamie bloody Vardy! Boris, come in and have a shout! You deserve it! I hope you weren't doing a spoiler there, Simon. Jamie Vardy! Jamie Vardy. I'm sure they'll find some reason for giving it offside. But they can't. Vardy, that was Jamie Vardy of old. Snapple, yeah. Boris, mate, you deserve to be smug. Look, Boris, I'm going to give you one of these because we have a disagreements about Jamie Vardy, but I'm going to give you one of these, especially just for you, this Boris.
I don't know, it's so difficult not to look smug at this point.
You deserve that, mate. You deserve that. Shall we have a bit of a goal celebration? I think we should have. Hey, I'm feeling happier now. And well, here we go.
Go! Back of the net.
Here we go. Nacho's limping off, but he's giving all that, Nacho. Yeah. 80 minutes, 1-1. Will this knock Leeds' confidence? I don't know. I'm going to play this one. I've done a load of new ones. Pratt's coming on for
Go! Back of the net.
I love that one. I've forgotten I got that one. There we go. Let's get one more. Vardy needed that goal. He did indeed, Jeff. Boris. No, mate. Look, Boris. Like I say, there's a lot of banter and there's a lot of joking inside, and I know you've said it all along about Vardy, and we've said maybe his best days are over. But look, he scored. It was a great goal. It was Vardy-esque of old, and I've got to say, I will say when you deserve it, and you deserved it for that. So well done, Boris. So it is 1-1. 81 minutes gone. There's going to be some injury time. The scarves are going, the free scarves that we gave to the fans Well, we didn't give to the fans, but the owners gave to the fans. We're on 29 now. We're a point behind Leeds. Another goal, and we go above them. 29 points. That, Jamie Vardy, I'm going to look, Boris, I'm going to say it, mate. Well done. I mean, if that he could yet have a say in us staying up. One last hurrah from Jamie Vardy, possibly. But now, come on, Leicester, we can't let this slip. Good old Vardy. Simon, I know you wouldn't give a spoiler away. I know you wouldn't do that to me. No! Away! Yes! No! Offside! Oh! Vardy about to get a second. He's saying he wasn't offside. Let's have a look. Oh, that's going to be tight. I don't know if he was. No, he was at that point, I guess. Was at that point. No, it hasn't counted. It's been ruled off. Oh, my God. Dean Smith then doing a bit of a seal. Simon's got a direct line to him above. I'm trying to think of your proper title. Is it a reverend that you are? Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, there were several points at that being offside, and I think the last bit he was. But obviously the momentum is with us now. The momentum is with us. 84 minutes gone. You just think, like, just do not concede, Leicester. Do not concede. I mean, that disallowed goal, that came almost. There's going to be a lot of ex-players getting points today. A lot of them went 1-1. Let's have a look. Who went 1-1? There you go. Tags, Marshy and Ian Wilson all went 1-1. Craig is sat there at the moment thinking, for God's sake, Leicester, get another one. I need the 3 points. He does as well in this prediction league. It would be nice. You would hope that Forest and Everton will fill those last 2 places. If I've got to say who I would prefer to go down, James has gone now, so I can say this as the Everton fan. I think I'd like to see Everton go down because these big clubs going down, it's kind of like, yeah, welcome to our world. Forest, well, obviously I want them to go down. Southampton, I wouldn't mind staying up because I'm only just up the road from them and I could get to see them, but I think Bournemouth are anyway. Yeah, I'd be quite happy for Leeds to stay up. Like I say, I have a lot of time for Leeds fans. Is that another free kick, Paul Turney? Apparently not. It was for Leicester. Stairway for survival. Praying for a winner. Oh, it is reverend, is it? I don't like to say priest because I know technically that's not, but reverend. Reverend Simon. How are you, sir? Good evening. That's a show, isn't it? Leicester fan from above. That should be your Twitter handle. Leicester fan from above. So we've got to get you on for a show, mate. Got to get you on. If you want to come on at the end of this one to have a few chats in the post match, giving it away. Oh God, typical Leicester. This. Keep praying, Simon. Keep praying. The moment Leeds are coming at us, though, Leeds are looking the more likely at this little moment in time. Again, should Patson Daka have taken that one, maybe? 87 minutes, and at the moment, Leeds have got it at our end. Is it a corner, I think, to Leeds? Somebody called Kark has just said, I don't care who you support, seeing Vardy score is just football heritage. Cherish the man while we can. Indeed. Indeed. So we've had 2 goals disallowed tonight. Fan in Darlington here. A must-win game and 80 minutes in. Leeds have had just 1 shot on target. Equaliser was inevitable, as is relegation. Everson's got the ball. Yeah, it was straight out. Oh, he didn't have the ball. Oh, Christensen booted it away for another corner. Oh, it's squeaky bum time. Full time, Villa have beaten Fulham. Villa are going great guns. It has to be said. Leicester fans looking on at disbelief. I daren't even look at the match at the moment. Oh, it was a horrendous miss from. I'm guessing. I think Bamford. Horrendous miss from him. Yeah. We got away with one there. Harvey, well, yes, I think he could be. I think he could be looking at it. In fairness to him, I think we've seen this year he's not quite the player that he was. Five minutes of injury time. 5 minutes. You know what that means, everybody? Oh, shall we call them in? Yeah, let's get them in. Let's get them in. Oh, come on, the ball's just not falling for us. Booted out there. There's 5 minutes. Somebody could get a winner. It was a save by Everson. Well done. Leeds fans are starting to shake their heads. Oh! It was off. Oh, fucking side again. Mr. Zieg Heil at the side here, linesman. Zieg fucking Heil. I said that he was, but that's not the point. Jeff, I wish we could. No, I just think he was an option that they wanted to try. Oh, Faze running the ball through and then losing it and out of position. It's all right making these runs, but know when to pass the fucking ball. Oh, come on, Leicester. We're enjoying a bit of possession here. Throw into Leicester. On the near side, just past the touchline. It's left. Pratt leaves it for his Belgian teammate Castagna. 3 minutes off the end of the game. Oh no, here we go. We bring it away. Come on, Leicester. Maddison turns. Give it away. Give it and shove. Don't. Oh, Maddison, you fucking wanker! You had the option to pass it. Why the fuck didn't you? I love you, Maddison, but you're not fucking Brazilian. Learn to know when to give the ball away. Will somebody please explain to Maddison that there's 11 players on this pitch and he is allowed to pass the ball. Anyway, he got a free kick. Brought down. Oh, it's just binging about in their area. Oh, and it's cleared. It's cleared. Leicester still have it. Is there a last goal on here for Leicester? It's a corner. It's a corner in the 94th minute. 94 minutes, 27 seconds of the 95, and it's a corner to Leicester. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Bob the Builder. Maddison with the corner kick. I don't look. I don't. I'm looking. I don't look. No, it's cleared. That was a goal kick, and that's it. Stop messing about, Maddison. It's all over. It's full time. We take the point. We take the point. Will a point be good enough? Look, let's be honest with you. There's a lot to criticise in that performance. Leeds and Wolves, we beat them earlier in the season, but that was during our little run of pre-World Cup games. I'll take the point, and I'll tell you why I'll take the point. We are, Sam. Does that mean you want to come on, mate? Does that mean you want to come on? It could have been 3-1, but it wasn't. Oh dear! I honestly, I will take the point. Good to see you. Good to see it, Doug. Thank you very much. I'll take the point now because I tell you what, go back 4 games, we wouldn't have got a point. We wouldn't have got the point. Yeah, it was. We did fight well. We deserved it. We absolutely deserved it, and we've kept Leeds in it. We've kept Leeds in it. Brad is literally just come on. Just give me 2 shakes of a donkey's widget, Brad, and I will bring you in. I'm just trying to be extremely clever here. and do this, which you can't see at the moment. But look how proactive is that? Right, let him bring in the man himself. Simon was praying to Jesus later. I can go one better than you, Simon. I can bring Jesus in. Brad, good evening. Oh, well, look.
Good evening, Chris.
Got a list of things here that I'm not happy with, but you know what? We've got to take off the fact, like I say, that Madison's throwing his shirt to somebody in the crowd. We've got to look at it and say, well, would we have got that 4 games ago?
No, I don't think we would have. And look, we're obviously a little bit disappointed because we wanted 3 points. But the thing is, it was a typical bottom, near the bottom battle, wasn't it? Really, it was scrappy from both sides. Look, to be fair, I think if anything was going to win it, it should have been us. Personally, I know Bamford missed the sitter. I haven't seen it because I had stream issues. It was
play from either son, to be honest with you.
Oh no! There was one where he made a fantastic save, but there was one where apparently Bamford missed an absolute sitter. I didn't quite get to see it properly because my stream was a bit iffy. But I had the radio on as my commentary because it had foreign radio on, so I muted that. And it's frustrating, but given the circumstances, given the way that game played out, and the fact that it was a game of very few clear and cut chances, I wanted 3 points, but I'd definitely take a point. I'd rather have something to build on than be sat here talking about how we lost the game 1-0 because I was fearing we were going to not find a way to get that goal back. And I think if there's a little bit longer in that game, I think we sneak it in another day. It was just not the result we wanted, but in the end, better than nothing.
Yes. I mean, had it stayed at 1-0, that would have been a 4-point gap between us and Leeds. Well, it's kept Leeds in it, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's done no damage in a sense because the teams that need to be around us, that's kept at least one of them within touching distance. And at the end of the day, as long as we can build a gap over someone else, you only need to be better than one more, don't you? You know, you look at Southampton. I know they're not out of the battle by no means, but you just want to keep them in your sights, and it's not ideal, but. Also, Everton have to go to Newcastle. Well, they've got to entertain Newcastle. And if Newcastle turn up like against Spurs, Forest have got Brighton. So I feel more positive that results are going to do us a favour than I did under Brendan with how the outcome of the game. Because it's all well and good saying, oh, that's a good point. We've said that before when they've dropped points over teams, haven't we, Chris? And we've not made the most of it. And that's all it'll take. It'll be a good point if Everton and Forest don't win tomorrow.
Of course it will. But again, had we got the bell end still in charge, would we have come back?
I don't think so. And on another night, Vardy holds his run and we actually snatch it 2-1, don't we? It was a great finish. On another night, Samari's onside when he gets involved in that goal for Tillmans. So there was positives to take, and it was good positives in a weird way because we got to a point in that game, didn't we, Chris, where it was kind of like, right, now we need to see something, otherwise I'm still going to be as concerned every time we go behind. And we found a way to get something out of the game, which was decided by 2 goals out of nothing, really, wasn't it? Their goal came out of nothing, and ours seemed to come out of nothing in a weird way, didn't it? 2 mistakes.
Yes. I mean, and I had to play, especially for Boris. I had to play the smug clip for Vardy coming on and scoring. Like I say, fair play to him. He's been championing him. That was Vardy-esque, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It's Vardy back to his best, and I'd literally just finished putting a Facebook post saying we need to see what we can do now because we're struggling with 10 men. I was a little bit concerned he made the changes a little bit too late. In hindsight, you could say, well, it got us a point and it nearly got us all 3. It's a good finish. It was Vardy-esque, and that's all you can ask for Vardy when he comes on in these situations. That's what we need him to be able to do. And, I went from going, I don't see what we're going to do in 10 minutes. We need to do something different to then putting up Dean Smith, you're a genius, Vardy, 1-1 get in. So it shows he can get it.
I mean, what I was going to say now. Yeah, great. It's good to see Vardy score. It is. Look, let me ask you, and I'm going to have a look at negatives because I've got to be honest with you.
I
It
want
was,
to point out a negative as well, so
yeah,
I'm glad we're talking negatives.
it wasn't the performance that we saw against Wolves. I wasn't convinced we were going to get back into it simply because Leeds were going down every 2 seconds. You fought next to them and they went down holding the face. But I just want to say, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go quite that far, Boris, but I do. I'm going to allow you this today. I'm just going to allow it. I'm not going to have a go at you. Fair play to you.
Problem is, Chris, I don't think we might have no choice in a real strange way because he came off injured. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it wasn't nice seeing Nacho. And you know what? Credit to Nacho. He felt something go, but he still went to get the pass off, which, probably encouraged the referee to play on and not give a free kick, to be honest with you. So I hope he's all right.
Did you see his attitude when he was coming off? It was like, come on. He was doing, I mean,
Yeah.
you got to love the guy. Look, Steve makes this point, and it is a very good one, actually, because I was thinking it as well. Anyone else feel that when we play with Tielemans, Maddison, and Barnes, that we seem to want to walk it into the goal, as it seems like it's all short passes and all stood within 20 feet of each other? There was so many. I agree with that. And when we didn't have that against Wolves, but how many times, there was times Daka, why didn't he take it? And he passed it to Vardy, and Vardy was offside.
I think it's just the instinct of how they link up on the training ground. It's the area of space you pass into. You pass into there because he's supposed to be there, and that's just how that's something they work on the training ground. And more times than not, Vardy gets the timing right. We know what Vardy, Vardy is quite infamous for getting offside sometimes with his runs. It's just unfortunate. One thing that concerns me, you want to talk about negatives, not quite from hero to zero, but Timothy Castagne's shorts must be brown because he would not run past our number 3. Now, he had a good game, and I don't normally like to credit opposition fans. I know we don't like to do players and give them credit, but you've got to give it where it's due. Their number 3 is sat in the change rooms going, oh, I've got an awful pain in my side. Oh, it's Castagne. Sorry, go with another dressing room, mate. Because he had him in his pocket. He was afraid to run at him. And unfortunately, that's probably why we emphasised it down the left and ended up trying to walk it in, because we didn't want to switch it to Castagne. It was so central today. It was so odd. From the game he played against Wolves, where he was staying out wide and overlapping and working, he isolated Tete. He forced us to the left. I'm going to, we'll talk about it on the post-match tomorrow, but you want my donkey of the match. It was Timothy Castagne for me. He really baffled me today.
He wasn't one of the players that I had actually put down as not being happy with.
He definitely is for me, mate. I didn't like his positioning.
That's fine.
I agree with you. I think he couldn't get out of Wout Faze's pocket. I don't know why he's gone back to being so close to the centre backs.
Yeah. I don't. We do concede too many goals where their left winger has got so much space that he could sit and have a picnic and still pick the ball up. 2 players for me, and I'm got to say, Maddison's pissed me off tonight. Somebody said earlier he's playing to the crowd. Every time it went to him, again, Vardy-esque, like, he was smiling, he was laughing, he was joking. We're 1-0 down, Maddison. And then at the end, this guy, he's good, but he's not Messi. He's not Ronaldo, but he seems to think he is. And I think it was in the 93rd minute. All right, we got a free kick, but he had the ball. He did a lovely little backflip and went, back kick and went past his player. And the pass was on to and I forget, I'm presuming it was Daka. It was free. And the pass was on there for him. And he decides he wants to take the glory himself. Well, Maddison, somebody please give him a ring and go, oi, this is Leicester City. There's 11 players on the pitch, not just you. And you're fucking laughing and smiling all the way through that game. yeah, you are playing to the crowd.
Yeah, I think it's one. I don't think it is a part of Madder's game that comes with a double-edged sword, because sometimes he'll do that in a good position and he's crowded out and he hasn't got no options and he wisely takes the fall. And it sounds horrible, but that's the role a number 10 takes these days. But in that position, I agree, Boho. He slowed us down today, and even Matt Elliott, who because obviously I had to listen to it on lcfc.com for the majority of that half.
It was lovely to have you in. Thank you very much for coming in, mate. And let's hope we're playing each other next season in the Premier League still. Thanks very much.
Yeah. For me, I agree with that comment. He did slow us down today. And again, sometimes he's got to get the balance right when you do it. When you've got two players around you and he's got no options and he gets taken out, fine, go down, give us the free kick. That's smart, Madders. The double-edged sword that comes from Madders that does that and wins clever free kicks is he feels the need to always win a clever free kick to get balls in the box when the better option was feed Daka. Daka running at a defence running back, any centre-back in the world on any podcast you ever ask that question to, what's the one thing they hate? Apart from John Terry shagging the wives, it's running backwards towards their own goal. They hate it, allegedly. They hate it, don't they?
Allegedly, yes.
Yeah.
On each other, we'll be fine.
It's all right, yeah, it's great. But no, they hate it. They don't like defenders running. They don't like strikers running at them. They don't like to have to face their own goal. You've said it enough as the same point, Chris. And he chose the wrong option there. He could have played the ball through, and who knows? Again, I'm inclined to agree a little bit because he didn't do much.
I don't understand why he didn't pick today.
The thing is, I do sympathise with him a little bit because when your wing back partner is 30 yards away from you or 30 yards inside, so you have to go near him to be able to get the ball because he's his receiver. He's the one who's supposed to be getting the ball fed to him so we can get him behind their defence. I still think there's problems with Tete and maybe he's not the player we should go with the option to sign with his contract if it comes up because he's not proven to me anything of it. I'm not saying that, but you have to share that responsibility. You look at the left side. Yes, Christensen didn't have his best game today, but at least at times he could link up with Harvey Barnes, and he was there for an overlap. Couldn't pass win, like you said, at times of the game. I grant you. But Timothy Castagne did not help matters on that right-hand side, and that's why Tete was frozen out of the game. And why he was coming in the middle and trying to drive into the box was just like, well, stop me standing out here. I'll never get the bloody ball.
As Nate says, I think it's Nate that's saying there. Yeah, it is Nate. FaZe did it once as well. He came forward and he made a great run forward, but held on to the ball too long. And
yeah, we didn't know whether to stick or twist, did we?
We say weeks ago, well, nobody was playing for him, but yes, there were players that were making themselves available today. And they have, that's one of the changes under Dean Smith, who's just actually, as we speak at the moment, giving his press conference. He's been interviewed by BT. The other player that I was not impressed with, he had a good, let's say, 5 minutes. And then, I'm sorry, to me, he had an awful game. That was Tielemans. Since the goal was allowed, it wasn't awful, but he had a poor game.
I just wonder if we need to give up on the horse, if you will. I don't know what Tielemans is offering us if he's playing that role because he does nothing on the ball. He does nothing with it. And it's not all his fault. I'm not saying it's all his fault. Yes, he was terrible. We weren't exactly brilliant today by any stretch of imagination. Neither were Leeds as well, to be honest. It was probably the fairest result, if we're being perfectly honest, was a draw at the end of it all. Bamford would be having nightmares about the miss, but that's not our issue.
No.
We cannot afford to have a player that's hot and cold right now, Gray. We cannot afford a player that's hit and miss. And I think you've got to pass the torch. And it's either get Dewsbury Hall on and have Dennis Pratt in there, or someone's got to go there because it can't be Tielemans anymore. We've got 5 games left, and we'll know by tomorrow night whether a point gained or no ground lost on Leeds is the best case scenario. But we've got 5 games. Like, we can't afford 2 to 3 of them being good from Tillmans and maybe 2 or 3 of them, the other 2 or 3 being bad. We need a person who's going to give a good account of themselves and a good performance for the next 5 games. And I'm sorry, Tillmans, I don't care if you're playing for the shirt and your head's not twisted and everything's good in your head to focus on Leicester. You're not cutting the mustard. Either playing where he's strong or get someone else in.
Thing is, though, and let's be honest, had that goal stood, we would have been singing his praises.
Yeah, we might have got a different Tillmans, but do we have to allow a moment like that to happen to maybe get a good Tillmans performance? We shouldn't be.
No.
Yeah, you're right. We have to remember that KDH is 25, almost 25. But you know what I mean? We need somebody who's not going to give up the ball that much. And the one thing I said is consistent throughout Tillmans' career is when his head goes, he's gone. You saw it at Belgium. You've seen it with Leicester. Monaco had the complaints with him. You know, and I'm not saying he isn't a world-class talent, but he is one of them talents that when his head goes, you're down a man. And unfortunately, when his head went today, he wasn't as active going forward. He wasn't as lively. He got frustrated. He got a deserved yellow. He should have come off, in my opinion. And that's why I think it's time to ship him on.
I just want to sidetrack for a minute because, I mean, in a way, I would not be totally disappointed if Everton took something off Newcastle. We had a Newcastle fan in earlier, and, first thing he said when he came in, and, we welcome fans from other clubs. We have Luke in the Tottenham, bloody hell, the TJ, the Tottenham fan, Luke, the Forest fan, and we had Led Zeppelin today, the Leeds fan, who was very, very nice about the channel. The first thing he said when he came in was, can't wait for Tielemans to be playing for us next season. Now, that sort of attitude pisses me off. So he immediately got a 5-minute timeout. I'm sorry, but that to me, and I said this earlier in the season, that Newcastle fans are becoming the new Man United and Arsenal entitled fans. They've got money behind them now, and a lot of the fans have said, yeah, people are going to come to us because we're Newcastle. It's an attitude that we have blamed Man United fans for having and Arsenal fans for having, and how quickly, not all, but it's never all the fans, but how quickly the Newcastle fans have fallen into that trap. It then came, and his next comment was about us playing Sunderland next season. So he got blocked. He was blocked off the channel. I don't. We will welcome anybody, but if you're going to come in, I do not like that attitude. And Newcastle, I'm sorry, I used to like you lot as fans, but I'm really this season. I'd like to say you're having a great season, but I can't stand you as fans at the moment. So I hope you don't qualify for the Champions League now. But hey, there we go. That's my rant.
Unfortunately, they're sad fans like that. Every club has them. Unfortunately, we have them. Leicester fans, we have them around the world. A one-cell idiot that's going around saying crap on the internet. Unfortunately, Newcastle are always going to inherit that fan base from far with who taking them over and what they're expecting. Some of them are getting a bit too big for the boots. I don't like certain Newcastle fans. There's a few that are lovely, and me and you were great friends with them. But sorry, Chris. No, I want Everton. I want Newcastle to stuff them on a personal basis for our club more than anything. They couldn't give a monkey's toss if they don't get top 4. They can go and lose every game afterwards. But go and beat Everton.
Take a 1-goal lead, and then Newcastle come back and put 5 or 6 past them.
Yeah, go and damage Everton's goal difference a bit more, and then lose every game because we play you in the running still. You can do that, Newcastle. Keep us both happy then, won't it, Chris?
Exactly. Boho said he agrees with me anyway. Love the cut of that man's jib. Nice man. Like I say, let's say though, and I'm not, you could say, well, it was Leeds who were playing, and Bamford missed this. You can only play who's against you. But typical with Leicester is their goalkeeper's always got a mistake in them. bloody tonight he hasn't when he was playing Leicester. He had a pretty decent game.
Yeah, it's kind of sort of. And look, if we look at it in hindsight, what's the one thing you say wherever you are, whether you're first, whether you're 11th, fighting for Europe, the one thing you always say as a fan is if you can get something away from home and win your own, if you can get something from your away games and win your home matches, you'll do all right this season. And it's just, it then becomes a matter of how many you win and how many points you get away from home. It depends on how well you do. And at the end of the day, yeah, it puts a bit more pressure on Everton game, but if they get thumped by Newcastle, hopefully, you know, we're at home, the crowd come round behind them. They seem to cave a little bit to the crowd, I felt, for a bit, the way the players were a bit wobbly on the feet for a bit. Leeds didn't really do anything to warrant being in front, I'll be honest with you, but if we get 7 points, it's still not a bad return. It's 2 less than we were hoping for, so I'd still take it, but it just means now we really have to make sure we beat Everton. Yeah. And then it's not such a bad thing, is it? You know, we'll see.
No, if we'd lost this, I honestly think I'd be sat here going, I think it's over. And that's how I felt because of that 4-point gap between us and Leeds. And
yeah,
I feel now that we've still got the chance, and it might be goal difference. It might be that we're 17th, you know, just on goal difference. I don't care. But I feel happier. I think we could get something from Fulham because they're just imploding. They lost again tonight to Villa. I mean, Villa, what I've got to say, shout out to Villa. They really did it. But you know,
Villa, shout out to Wolves as well.
Yeah.
You don't want to mention that, do you?
No. But give me a chance. That was the thing. And I think Wolves are safe now. But that sums up the season. Palace play us off the park and beat us. We beat Wolves, then Wolves go and beat Palace. I mean, you know what a season.
Yeah, it's just been that way in kind. Yeah, and again, you know, knowing Leicester's look, I don't want to say it because we don't want to get too carried away in their services. It just gives you that emphasis, doesn't it? Going, for God's sake, please, the one time we actually do want you to turn up, please do turn up, Newcastle, because you're thinking this would be just our luck that Everton go and get something from the game. But we'll see. We can only do what we can do, and the rest is down to fate, as they say, isn't it?
Aish, it's a little. Thank you for popping in. If you are new, please do sign. But Aish, just a little niggle of mine that Manchester City are not City, and people who say City on its own will always be referred to as if they're talking about Leicester City. Just the same, if anybody says United, we take the fact that they're talking about Stockport because they do not own the rights to those names. They don't even own the rights to their badges if the latest woke things are correct in what they're saying. Are we going? Let's look at the positive. The fact that we came back from 1-0 down. We had the goal disallowed. We had 2 goals disallowed. We looked at that, and I don't think we would have come back, like I said, 3 or 4 weeks ago. But we came back. We got a point, which gives us still a fighting chance. I was surprised, though. That to me was a positive, but I was surprised that there was no changes until the 70th minute.
Yeah, I was a little bit expecting 10 minutes in. You know, I thought he'd give him 10, maybe 15 minutes to the hour mark. Get the players a chance to go out there and respond to the first half performance, and then, going out in the back of their minds, knowing that if he's got no qualms of changing things up if nothing changes. And it kind of didn't until Daka was the left winger, and we put the subs on. And then obviously we lost a little bit of impetus when Iheanacho had to go straight off after that, which was a shame. I'm praying that's just a little twinge he's felt and we've stopped that being anything worse. he didn't seem too bad walking on it, so that's only a good sign. You're hoping, but looks like Mr. Taggart's threatening your lead. I've just seen that, Chris. But
Mr. Taggart's not threatening it. Mr. Taggart's overtaken me.
Oh, yeah, I thought he'd caught up. I thought you had a bit of a gap over him, but
only a 1 point gap, I'm afraid.
Oh dear.
Let's just have a look at tonight's result. So Wolves beat Palace 2-0. Somebody got 3 points, Bradley. I said with feeling when I called you that. Did you notice?
Yeah, I did. I said I smiled through gritted teeth.
Yeah. So you get 3 there. Villa Fulham was what? 1-0.
1-0. So we all got a point.
We all get a point for that.
And we all got nothing.
And then nobody got anything on that. So as it stands at the moment, Mr. Lynex has got 5 points.
I've got a German. I've got a German.
You've got the linesman on this side. I'm sure you would. Everybody says, "Oh, what? Hitler's body was never found." Well, he's alive and he's been a linesman in Premier League football because all he did all game was Zeke Heil. I bet he's got one of those old, those old-fashioned cars where the indicators used to go up at the side like that.
Yeah,
People, we're turning left at the next junction. That's me cancelled. 4, 5, 6. So you are 3 points ahead, young man.
Yes, I am. I think it puts me 2 points ahead over on the leaderboard, but 3 points.
2 points on the leaderboard, but 3 points this week. And
vital 3 points, mate. More than Leicester got.
If anybody wonders why I'm always cocky when I'm top, that's the reason. Because it never
oh dear.
Look, it was at the end of the day. Let's be happy, and we take what we got. And Alan is literally just typing the man of the match. I can see the 3 dots going madly as it in. Who is your man of the match?
It's a tough one because no one really stood out for me. Like I said, it was all in games that ultimately deserved to be a draw. The share of the spoils was fair because I felt we controlled the game for the majority of it. Man of the match. I don't want to give it Vardy for the goal. I can't give it Vardy just for the goal. No one really impressed me too much. I think for the save he made, Iverson. It's a difficult one. This is a difficult one.
For the goal.
You are?
I can't give it to Iverson because of the goal.
Oh, yeah, again, that's what I mean. I can't give it because I'm going to give it Wout Faze.
No, really?
I think he just about edged it. The thing is, though, Chris, you think about it. Castagne wasn't brilliant. Tete wasn't brilliant. Barnes got nothing from that game. Vardy got the goal. Iheanacho ran around, but he was easily taken off the ball at times. Daka got the ball, but didn't really have much to do with it. Tielemans. It was a scrappy performance, Chris. It's hard to pick one. I mean, do you give it Cags because he was good again? I don't see why you can argue either centre back because they didn't do anything wrong, in my opinion. They're probably only 2 players that I can look at and go, you actually didn't do a lot wrong, lads, in the game.
So
one of them two.
For Brad, you are going for Faze.
Yeah.
We'll see who Alan's gone for in a minute. You're never going to guess who I'm going to go for.
Boubacar Samari.
Do you know what? He's up there. He is up there, but he was giving away too many free kicks.
I think that's his job, though. But yeah, he did give a few needless ones away as well.
I thought when he got the yellow, I thought, here we go. Down to 10 minutes, that's all we need. But are you ready? And let me explain why. Everybody goes like, what? Really? Seriously? Look, he's not just a striker, Iheanacho. He has got, for a big man, he has got a really nice touch. And he's been given a bit of
I
freedom.
bet that's what his wife says as well. Sorry.
Allegedly. But no, I think for me, he was so involved in the game, and he had some lovely little touches, couple of setups. Like I said, if that goal hadn't been offside, but he's just involved in the game, and he's like. I'd love to see him play with Vardy, for the rest of the season. We know it's not going to happen, but that's why I just think he did a lot more. I know he didn't score a goal. I know he went off injured, but he just kind of fills. He's that link man, if you like, between midfield and he just doesn't give the ball. He doesn't believe in himself as much as Maddison does. Shall we
Yeah.
see? Shall we see who Alan's gone for?
Go on then. I've got a funny feeling we've all gone for different ones.
I think we have. Oh! Boo Backaroo, boo Backaroo. He's gone for Sumari.
I mean, again, it's unfortunately it's not because we're talking about three players that had standout, glistening games, but they were probably the three players that did the least wrong. I like this new Marshall approach, the bouncer approach from Samara. I think he's funny. It's almost like a manager's utilising his strengths. That's a funny old game, isn't it, Chris? I think they're all viable cases in a straw clutcher of a man of a match pick, because there wasn't anything standoutish from all three, except for the fact that they probably did a little bit better at their jobs than others tonight, to be honest with you. But yeah, they're probably the top three, and Cags makes a top four, I think you could argue. So either one of them's fine, and no wonder we've all got different ones. It tells you the tale of the game, doesn't it?
He said, Alan said here, he's looking a different player. And that's the thing, players that we thought were, useless are actually proving that they're not, But,
yeah.
But anyway, that's taking us back down the old path. Brad, you're a gentleman, sir. Thank you for coming on.
No worries, matey.
I'm interested to see what Carl's got to say. I wonder if he's turned.
He was filthy. He was lucky. He was fortunate. It was slanderous. Get out. I'm sure.
Nacho is the workhorse.
Yeah, he is. He's a fantastic. He reminds me of Okazaki because he works his knackers off to get that ball and give the options in front.
Boris is turning into Michael Owen, but I'm allowing it tonight. We would have lost without Vardy. Yeah, that I think nobody could argue with that tonight.
Do you want to know something else, Boris? You ready for this? I've got some more obvious stats for you. If Bakari Samari wasn't offside and Vardy wasn't offside, we'd have won 3-1.
1-1, indeed. Ray said Vardy saves the day again.
Saves the day. Again, yeah, that's a bit of a stretch this season. I get what he's saying in terms of he's done it before, but this season, Vardy bails us out, and Bamford showed he's world class and should play for England with his miss. Chris, you've got to watch the highlights. It's all BBC and Sky are posting up his Bamford howler. He's spoiled. I need to see the highlights of it. It sounds like it really was a miss of the season.
Yeah.
So.
Steve, I agree. Nacho was man of the match for me. Great. It was the Vardy of old with the finish,
Yeah. The chance that he didn't take at Wolves that he took tonight.
Yeah. Yes.
That's the way to look at it.
I think your home form will keep us up, says Doug.
Well, but he's right. If you look at how you take the perspective, we beat Wolves at home. So if we beat the teams we've got left at home, or at least West Ham and Everton, I think that's going to be key, isn't it? Really, that's going to be key now.
Yeah. When we play Liverpool, are we at Anfield or at?
No, it's at the King Power, isn't it? Because Boxing Day, was it?
Well, let us hope then, Doug, and let us hope that the Liverpool that struggled against Forest is the one that turns up to play at Leicester. I'm trying to think. Is Liverpool's away form worse than their home form?
I think it's very close. I don't think it's been that far between this season.
No.
Look, we'll see where we are at that point. We might very well fancy our chances, or we might be praying we don't get hammered and we're still able to catch up. We'll see where we are then, but that's a long way off in terms of how we can feel about Liverpool. But
James Maddison, Leicester midfielder James Maddison, on whether a draw was the right result. Probably not. If you ask Leeds, they would probably say the same. They scored when we were on the top. Patrick Bamford should have probably scored. But we dominated the second half. We created chances and probably could have won the game. It's no good dominating the second half. We need to dominate for 90 minutes. It's a 90-minute game. Yeah. And, how often have we got to go 1-0 down to come? We've got to take advantage when we're on top, and we're just shit at doing that. But look, let's say this could be the point that keeps us up. So
yeah, there is that as well. Yeah, that's the way to look at it. Like I said, it's all well and good if results go our way and we turn a point into 7 out of 9. If we do that, well, there you go. There's the chance, and isn't it? We never know. It's not over till it's over, and it's all. We can't judge this until tomorrow. If Newcastle do what we expect them to do, and Forest lose, or even if they draw to Brighton, won't be the end of the world, because nothing ventured, nothing gained on Forest, and we gain an extra point gap on Everton going into the Monday night game. And that's how Dean Smith will take it. He'll take it. He won't react to this. I mean, he will react to it in accordance, because obviously they'll be in training, but he won't put any emphasis on that result until Monday, when he'll be going, right, we know what happened at the midweek. We know what we need to do. Let's go out and do it. Let's put that gap between us, and the players will deal with it then. It's something we won't know if it's a beneficial point until the season's over, pretty much, I guarantee, with Leicester this season.
Exactly. It could have been worse, but look, I would have hated to be 4-0. It is a must-win now against Everton.
Yes.
Lose that, and we are in the doo-doo.
Yeah, that's more of a worry for me if we don't win that one than it was tonight, I think. And to get a point,
I mean, Everton, they're rubbish away from home. I mean, look at last season, they only won 2 games. Oh, shit.
Yeah. Although, I will say, seeing the fighting spirit and taking everything you can positive from that game, and with Dean Smith there, I don't see us losing to Everton. I will say that much.
Yeah. I can't wait to do that watch-along, Doug. You'll go and beat us 5-0 or something now. Brad, thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow night at 9 for the proper post-match, or the full review, I should say. Your links, as always, is in the description below, but where can people find you?
They can find me on this channel more times than not, waffling about Leicester. So if you want to see more of me here, make sure you're subscribing and liking to this channel firstly. But if you want to follow me personally, you can find me on Facebook. You can follow me on Twitter at 4TimeFocus. And you can go and find me on YouTube at Top 10 Battles. Had a bit of a setback, but still working on something in the background. So that will be getting videos uploaded more regularly soon. So, yeah, if you want to go and show me support there, that'd be fantastic. But make sure you hit subscribe on your way out of this channel before you go and click the links.
Appreciated, mate. If anybody wonders that by come Thursday, Brad's not on Thursday, and it doesn't mean I've fallen out with him. He's just having a night off from me. So I will see you tomorrow at 9. Thank you very much. And, well, look, it could have been worse.
It could have, mate. We've seen, at least we saw fight. We didn't do a Bournemouth. That's something we could take as well, isn't it?
That is true. Take care, buddy.
See you later, buddy.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
See you later.
Thanks to Brad. A point, 1-1. Like I say, it could have been worse. Could have been better. VAR.
Coming up next on Leicester Till I Die TV.
£9 p.m. tomorrow. It is the full review show. Be there or be non-spherical. Thank you to Brad, who was in with us. Really do appreciate Brad. And I say his link is in the description below. Top 10 Battles. go over there, give him your support. He's got some great ideas, but he's not done it for a while, but it is slowly coming back. Thank you to everybody in the chat, everybody that's been here throughout, except of course the wanking Newcastle fan. But everybody else, it was a pleasure to have you with me. Led Zepp, the Leeds fan, well done, mate. Well, we both come out of it as happy as we can be. If you're happy and you know, we clap your hands. And thank you to all the podcast listeners. I appreciate it. Thank you for lending me your ears. You can have them back now because I'm generous like that. I don't like to keep what isn't mine. Don't forget, as Brad said, to subscribe. Please smash the likes. Click that notification bell. You'll never miss a show. And if you've got to spare $1.99 of your good English pounds a month, why not become a member? The more members we get, I'm trying to get it to a point where it's going to be worth us doing some special shows just for members. And but we need obviously to get quite a few in to do that. You get discount on merchandise as well, and you get sort of first chances to come on to shows. If you want to come on to a show, all you got to do is message me and say, can I come on? And you will be allowed because you are a member. I will see you on our next show, which, as I've just said, of course, is tomorrow night. This has been LTID TV. I've been Chris. This is Marilyn. Good night.
These videos are so dreamy. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to click the notification bell.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network. TalkSport. Powered by fans.
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.